Tigercast fans, welcome back to another video. Tonight we're bringing you an injury update. Now the club put out an article yesterday just outlining some of the rehabilitation and how it's all proceeding for the players, in particular the ACL group. I still stand by that I loathe the fact we've actually got an ACL group, but here we are. What actually stood out to me in this whole process, and I really love the club for outlining the rehab process and some of their injury prevention things they're going to do in the future as well. Because ACL injuries can be, whilst very common these days, unfortunately, they can be really tricky to come back from. And there's always a temptation to rush people through to that 8 to 10 month mark. So it was really nice to see Ben Serpel saying that they're going to wait and drag it out to the full 12 months because the graft is still changing and growing and getting acclimatized to its new location in the knee, I guess, if you want to put it that way. So it's just nice to hear some reassurance around that, because I feel like in years gone by, especially last year, we probably felt that a lot of the players were a little bit mismanaged. I mean, Juddy Clark went back out in the field after his knee and a whole raft of other injuries that we all, as supporters, feel like was mismanaged. So to hear the club take a really conservative approach with these injuries, especially with players like Taj Houghton and Josh Gibcus, who are two very young players and very talented players, that we're not putting a rush time frame on them, is really good to hear. So on Houghton and Gibcus, they actually commenced running for the first time the other day, and as we saw from the club's training video, that the boys all got around them as they started doing their run-throughs, which is really good to see. So they'll keep easing back into that. And according to Ben, the club said that Juddy Clark is probably leading the charge for the ACL crew. He's hoping to see him back at maybe some type of full training around April. So still a long way off. That's still 4 months away of doing still the normal rehab program. But with a bit of luck, we might see Juddy Clark play in the middle parts of the year, I guess, because he's going to have to get back to full fitness as well. Like, it's one thing to be fully recovered and back into contract training from an ACL injury. It's then another thing to get up your match fitness and conditioning and match hardness and things like that. But Juddy Clark's a player I really hope we can see some games from this year, because he's a super talented kid, great goal sense, and I think I kind of see him personally playing like that Kane Lambert role, running between the arcs, being a good link-up man between the half-backs and the half-forwards, quick by foot, quick football mind. I think he's got a really good footy IQ, and yeah, I think he's got the tools to play some seriously good football. I just want to see him out in the park, and obviously he's got to do his rehab as part of it. McKelty Lafau is doing really well. He's out there running a fair bit at the moment. They hope to see him progress that over the next couple of weeks or months, and they'll start to integrate some drills. Again, I probably feel like he's going to be a mid-season prospect. Houghton and Gibcus we touched on, and they didn't really provide too much of an update on Tyler Young, but he's the other one that we're obviously waiting to see come back. But the other piece of information they released on the rehab report as well was the work that we're doing to actually teach them to train or to run better and to be more athletically fit, which sounds really silly, but I know we've all seen on the videos the players doing their run-throughs with their hands on their hips or various different hand and arm movements and things like that. And that comes down to Dan Bailey, who's one of the new recruits, who is an accomplished track and field coach. So Dan is actually working with the players to help correct their technique, which is getting them hopefully better prepared and better trained for their bodies to not have these types of injuries. So a really good approach, I think, by the club. One that feels like it's logical and common sense, but we haven't seen it before at our football club anyway. So really good to see that we've taken some feedback and changes on board and are actually implementing a whole raft of new things. So that's the rehab group. The only other injury news it's not really injury news because I don't know what the injury is, but from a rehab perspective, Dion Prestia, Kane McAuliffe, and Thompson Dow have also still been in the rehab group. Now, this could be simply part of player management and training load management, especially for someone like Dion, who has gone like full ball at this preseason. So maybe they're just easing him back into it. But McAuliffe was in the rehab group a little bit before Christmas as well, but nothing's really been said. But I kind of feel like if there was an injury or a hamstring strain or something of some note, that we would have probably heard about it in some way, shape or form. So I'm probably inclined to think that it's just a management thing. Unless someone in comments knows otherwise, please let me know, because I've seriously looked everywhere and cannot find anything on those other players. But there you go. There is an injury report update from the club. Good to see the ACL guys progressing. And yeah, hopefully we can still keep a clean bill of health and keep progressing as we move towards 2025 season starting. But if you like that content, make sure you like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you for the next one.